Test, test, test. Okay. Hello, hello. I'd like to say something to the feminists and the SJWs who want YouTube sanitized of any views you disagree with on the website. I have this important message to say to you. I'll try to be as nice and honest as I can as to how I think and feel about the choices you have made. I won't name call. My intent is not to insult. I hope that some of you will listen to this video all the way to the end and to share with your friends and families. I really would like you to both open your hearts and minds to what I have to say. I first want to say to all of you and the feminist and SJW community as individuals on how I am sincerely sorry for you all, on how easy it must be for you to get your feelings hurt. This must be very difficult for you to experience. If it was like that for me, I could imagine self-harming myself. I could imagine going through constant misery and heartache, feeling outnumbered and suffocated due to an amount of people I wouldn't be able to stand because of their opinions that go against mine. I could imagine being unable to be truly satisfied with myself because of these feelings that would be dominant inside of me. As I'm speaking, I'm not speaking out of hate or anger, by the way. I'm trying to sympathize with you for a bit through my perspective. As it is understandable to me that some people may say things out of hate to you and to say racist things about you and the people you care for, it's evident that not everyone is out to get you. I'm not out to get you. I wouldn't be an aggressor towards others. That's not how I live my life. I'm one of those stubborn optimists. I'm also very much a realist with an open mind. I'm about encouraging people to educate themselves on real-world issues. Things that not everyone is talking about, that's not being talked about on your news TV channels or online news media such as the Young Turks. I also point out inconsistencies on morals and irrational thought, because politics tends to bring out the worst in humanity all around the world. I'm not assuming anything, but I think it's safe to say that a lot of you may understand this already. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel so strongly against worldviews that are opposite to yours, right? I would like to speak about your recent demands on the new content policies you'd like YouTube to have, and go over why I don't agree with your intentions to enforce censorship. I understand that you tend to feel offended by certain facts and opinions. From what I've observed in watching some of what you say and how you react to certain views and facts on YouTube, I found it concerning about your intentions to want to protect your feelings and values over understanding how people really are and understanding why they think and feel differently from you, and understanding the reasons why the way you behave is not attractive to others outside of your realms of who you are as individuals. Not everyone agrees on the same things, and that's not going away. People and their bad choices will never go away. Making that go away by making it law to prop yourselves up and to block others off based on wanting YouTube to be your own safe space without having to worry about opposing views at all leads to consequences for everyone, including yourselves. Why do you think and feel it's necessary to enforce policies to match with what you like and are comfortable with to be more valuable and more credible than everyone else's? It's one thing to not like and disagree with opinions and facts, but it's another to want to impose what you want onto everyone else, isn't it? The saying goes, revenge is best served cold. But I must ask you, do you really believe you will achieve the respect and happiness you've always wanted by doing what other people did to you? You'd hate it so much if someone did that to you, so why would you want that done to them? To have it happen first before anyone else can do the same thing to you? I'm talking about fairness. I'm talking about reason and moral consistency. If you want peace of mind online and offline around everyone else, listen carefully. You're going to have to let them be in peace. Look, you can't fight hate with hate. You can't fight racism with racism, or use force backed with more force to have people accept and appreciate you for who you are. That tends to lead to more hatred, suppression, and racism. Okay? This on both the left side and right side communities is self-destructive behavior. I get that you're engaging in a war against the patriarchy and white supremacy and violent extremist views. As you let yourselves protest in these conflicts, I wonder if all of you know that you're also at war with yourselves. Yes, you are at war with yourselves inside your own minds and hearts. And your choices for YouTube will hinder even with what I'm allowed to do online, spreading freedom, truth, wisdom, and positive philosophies. But the truth hurts you in places, right? It shouldn't, though. It really shouldn't, because it is harmful to control people with lies. Censoring out facts will just give others the opportunity to manipulate as many people as they can. Do you know how awful that would be? If this came to pass, if what you want came to pass? Are you really trying to help rid of the world of humane things like racism, sexism, discrimination towards LGBTs? Or is it your goal to want to attract more and more inhumane human behaviors around you? I'm sure you've been furious over transgender people being banned to join the military, for example. But consider this. Look at the first 4 letters in the word soldier. SOLD. What I'm saying is, allow yourselves to sell yourselves out to cause senseless violence in other countries. To understand what I mean here, I will have to leave the subject of the military-industrial complex for another video. That is, if you'll let me keep my channel and allow it so for my videos to be accessible to anyone who wants to learn and open their minds. You want to get rid of racism, mass violence, and want to be loved for your independence and choices, right? I'm not asking these questions to offend you. I, as a concerned and frustrated American, am offering you some beneficial and positive wisdom to take with you, a new approach on what you feel you must do. How many of you are familiar with the law of attraction? It's an interesting philosophy on thought and belief, that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, a person brings positive or negative experiences into their lives. The belief is based on the idea that people and their thoughts and emotions are all made from pure energy, and that through the process of like energy attracting like energy, a person can improve their own health, wealth, and personal relationships. Here's an easy way for you to understand this. Carrying and sending positive energy within ourselves attracts more positives. Carrying and sending negative energy within ourselves attracts more negatives. Makes sense, right? I'll leave a link in the description box under this video for you to look at in case you may want to learn more about the law of attraction. So, with the law of attraction, I'm investing to use positive energy of my own to attract positive energy from you. Positive to positive. Because a positive outcome is possible when you know how to communicate to others through peaceful cooperation. I'm trying to help you out here by speaking as a voice of reason. I advise you now to take off those new policies. YouTube will become worse than you think it is right now because of the new creator content policies you want to set in place. It will make things much, much worse. It's not too late to change your minds, right? Letting your insecurities, vanities, and your emotional needs to be valued over everyone else will destroy what made YouTube great. I'm not speaking in defense of racism and violence, none of that. I'm defending freedom and liberty for all. Freedom from all the crazy, insane, and inhumane things requires everyone to be free of it through voluntary interactions. Using force to pressure anyone you don't like into agreeing with you is not freedom. No. Putting an authoritarian wedge between yourselves and the people you can't stand is not freedom either. How can you hope to heal the world of racism and hate when you carry racism and hate inside yourselves? That's morally inconsistent, morally lopsided. Yes, I understand and know very well that this world is a scary and backwards place, but it takes civil and mature people to stop and ask themselves what they're doing. You must take time and effort to heal yourselves by taking the path to more productive and enjoyable experiences that don't lead to conflict with others. A moral and peaceful human society must have people who are both compassionate and intelligent. One virtue without the other is a recipe for disaster. Caring idiots and heartless geniuses can both cause serious damage, and they do it together, usually with one side manipulating over the other. We can change that through self-education and learning from one another. My bad if I come off as preachy, but I feel and think that you needed to hear all of this. I had to say something, because if YouTube gains more and more censorship, then it is likely going to be the same for any other video uploading site. A lot of censorship is tyranny on freedom of speech. That's much worse than hate speech itself. I'd rather not be accused of wrongthink in a near future Orwellian dystopia. I know you wouldn't want that either. So, why can't we just talk to each other? Why can't we debate, ask each other questions, and get along? Why can't we try that, instead of just sneaking around, going behind each other's back, and doing sneaky things that make people upset? I know, it must be tough for you to imagine, to even begin on getting along with Trump supporters. It might be rough to even consider befriending me, an independent who never votes for anyone to represent me. But that's what needs to happen. We need to negotiate, we need to have honest communication between each other, because otherwise it's tyranny. I'm sorry if I sounded a little mad. I'm just frustrated. Please understand that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, I'm just frustrated. So, just please take my words in mind and have a good evening, a good day. Take some time to cool off. Take deep, cleansing, deep breaths. Listen to music you like. Go for a walk. Do what you gotta do to get rid of the overwhelming negative emotions that's not helping you. Alright? We can get along. We can. Alright? You just gotta use reason. You just gotta be honest. Do you see why do you see why? I hope you do. I've said enough. Yeah, I gotta end this. On a positive note, just take the time you need to cool off, and just think about what I said, please. Just feel, think, do what you gotta, do what it is that you know what to do. Please do the right thing.